Hello guys. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel Learn IT Tech. In this video I'll show you how to build a simple REST API using Node.js and Express that support full CRUD operation, that is create, read, update and delete. Okay, so let's start. So here in this Visual Studio we are using a Visual Studio Code editor to create our application. Okay, first what we'll do, we'll initialize our package.json file to start our application. To initialize our package.json file, what we have to do, we have to run a npm command with init initialization. Okay, -y. So what it will do, it will initialize our Node.js project using npm init -y. This creates a package.json file in our application, which includes a basic common properties. Okay, next step is, as you already know, we are going to use Express to create our REST API. So we have to install Express package module in our application. So how to install that? Using a npm install command and Express. Let it install. Npm install will, so it creates here node module will contain express related all the modules and packages. Okay, third step, what we'll do here, third step is to create one index.js file where we'll do the code. Okay, so how to create this index.js file? We have to run a command touch index.js. So through that you can see here index.js has been created. Now next step is, we have to initialize a command express.js here variable with the help of variable, and that express we have to initialize here. How we have to do? Const package name, then from Express we have to create the app variable Express. Third one is to define a port, which port we are going to run our application. Now next step is, we have to inform our application that our input and output will be in the JSON format, and we should get in response in the JSON format. So how to do that? App.use express.json. Through this our application will know that our input and output will be in the JSON format. Next step is, I'm going to create one in-memory array. In-memory array means it will act like an database. So instead of directly connecting to database, I'm storing all the data in my in-memory using an array. So how to define that? Array items equal to array. Again, then another new variable, it is id counter. Id counter we will going to use to get the data and update it. So I'm just defining one another variable. Now next step, first I'm going to create one post API. Post API means how to add the data in my database. So app.post. Post is my method where I have to keep my API name. My API name will be the items. Type is post. Here my callback response. This is my callback const variable Now this is one variable where I am assigning my data coming from my post request. Post request always will have the JSON request body, so I have to take that JSON data from my request will from request variable I am having a body, so this body contains a JSON data which will going to assign in the name variable. After that, new item, again variable that will have my body which contains ID. As you already know, ID counter I already defined here, so this ID counter I'll do a plus plus name. Okay, so this is my new item. This new item I'm going to assign inside my in-memory database. In-memory database is items. How to assign it, how to assign the data in database is by using the push method, and then I have to return here a JSON body with status. Status will have 201 dot JSON, which what we inserted, that same record we have to return it here. So this is my API has been ready here. Okay, now I have to create another API which is read API. Read API, how to create, we'll see. I am dot get method type, same way how we return for post. Method name is items, again callback, here this is result and JSON items. So this API, what it will return me, it will return all the items present in the memory. Okay, so this is get API, get all API. Second one, next step is to get the single record based on ID. So same way we'll just copy this complete, paste it down here. Here we have to make a logic. First, our variable name is ID equal to, our ID will come in the request params dot ID. Okay, our this one will got it, but always we are passing, as you know, whatever the parameter will get send it from the post request, it is in string. We have to parse that same in string to parse to int. So for that we will use a parse int method here. Now our variable is ready, whatever the incoming variable from the post request that we already have. Now what we have to do, we have to get the item, from items. How to get the item, we are having a find method here. Based on find method we can get the data. Dot id equals to id. Okay, so this will got the item of incoming ID. Wherever it will match, it will return the data here. So now we have to check if we have item or not. If item is there, then return it. How to return? This way, response dot status, same way how we return in the post, same way 404. So first we'll check for the not found. If not found, then we have to check for JSON here and JSON we will keep a message item not found. Now if we did not came inside this one, then what we have to do, we have to just return a result directly. Response dot JSON item. Now we have 3 API. Now what we'll do, we'll create another API. Put means update. Same stuff we'll have here. Here based on ID will come down. Here also we have to keep the ID. Okay, here also same. Now same thing we have to do here also. First we have to get the parameter, so same line I'll copy here. Now we have to check what property need to update there. Now we are having only one single property, so directly we need to get the single property, that is name, from body request dot body. Now next step is, again we have to check the item by comparing the ID, whatever the ID it passed, that same item. How to get? By using find method. This way I got the item, current item, which I have to update. Then again check that item is null or not. If item is null means item not found. If item is not null, then just update property. We are having a one property only for now, so name I'm updating my input name, incoming name updated, and then return the result. Right. Okay. Now this API is also done. Now we'll have remaining APIs. Delete API. How to create the delete API? Same way, instead of put, delete will be there. Delete also work on based on ID, because whatever the item we wanted to delete it, we have to pass those item ID. So same way this line will be there, we need it here. Now we have to find the item based on ID. Our logic is this way. As soon as we find it, we just need to not this way. We can have items. In items directly will update it. So as in memory variable is there, items there, what we'll do, we'll filter it down. Filter I not equal to ID. So what it will do, only except this ID, all the item will filter it down into the new item, and we just need to return the data After filtering it, status 204 dot send. Now our delete API is ready. Now what we have to do, we have to start our server. How to start the server? By using a listener command. So we'll use a listener. Listen here, whatever the port initially we assign, same port, we'll use it down here. Callback, and here for our shake we will keep a log here, so that we'll get to know our server has been started. Server is running on HTTP localhost port. In place of single quote we'll use a backtick, so that port will come down here. After running this, after doing this, we have to run our application by using the node index.js. See, our application is running down here. Now we're going to check the application API. How to check? I'm having a Thunder client to check our API. You can check with the post also. So first we'll try to check the get items API. Get item API will be kind of 3000 port item send. So now we are having an empty record here. Now we will try to run our add item record. So we are adding it by passing a JSON body here. Now ID and name. So one record has been created. Now I'll try to again run this items API. So here I got it. Third one is to get a single record. We have to run a API to get a single record by ID. So one I am passing here. I should get the record here. I passed it down. Same way delete also you can test it. So thank you guys. We'll meet in the next video.